Caption Close Austin, former Land Commissioner Jerry Patterson, an outspoken Second Amendment supporter and history enthusiast, on Monday filed to run for his old job. He immediately began firing at Bush with criticisms of how Bush has mishandled the ongoing Alamo project and the housing recovery from Hurricane Harvey that he described as chaos, with assistance slow to get to the hundreds of thousands of Texans who remain without permanent housing. "I care deeply about Texas and heritage and history," Patterson said. "I can't sit back any longer and watch what is going on." Patterson served 12 years as land commissioner, leaving in 2015 to run an unsuccessful race for lieutenant governor. Bush replaced him as head of the agency that oversees public lands and the Alamo, and other duties. In addition to Bush, Patterson will face two other Texans who have filed to challenge Bush in the March 6, 2018 Republican primary election, Decatur land surveyor Davy Edwards and retired Sherman school teacher Rick Range. Patterson said hundreds of thousands of homeowners, an estimated 300,000 in the Houston area alone, were impacted by Hurricane Harvey and the resulting floods, many of them still living in tents. 3 months after the storm, tens of thousands in the Houston area are still without homes, including 22,000 children, Patterson said. Patterson said federal and state housing assistance programs have not been tapped quickly enough, or at all, to provide expedited assistance to get Harvey victims back in their homes, as has been done in past storms. Separately, Patterson blasted Bush's handling of the ongoing Alamo Preservation Project in San Antonio, a state-funded project run by 3 separate nonprofit entities that answer to Bush, but conduct their business in secret. That secrecy was the target of intense criticism last week by members of the Senate Finance Committee, which demanded Bush open the nonprofit's business details to public scrutiny. Bush said he would refer that decision to the boards of those entities. At a committee hearing, Bush defended his handling of the housing recovery program. He said state efforts have been delayed by complicated federal regulations, but that he expects the funding to soon be available. As for the Alamo issue, Bush said the private nonprofits were needed to protect big-name board members. Patterson said he would end the secrecy surrounding the Alamo operating entities, and make the Alamo employees work for the land office. While calling himself as a small government Republican, Patterson said having Alamo operations be transparent is important. As Austin Bureau Chief, Mike Ward covers the executive branch, criminal justice and ethics issues, and does the weekly Texas Take podcast with Quorum Report editor Scott Braddock. Send Mike comments and story tips at mike.ward@cron.com. And get his updates on Twitter at ChronicleMike.